the Open Championship, the golf tournament that took place over there in England, I was a little bullish. I decided I was going to place a bet. I don't normally bet on golf, but Bryson had just come out. He's like got brand new 3D printed clubs. Maybe he's going to try to really lock in here and play a links style course, especially after everybody's been talking all this shit. Not playing terribly, not playing great. However, is assessed a 2-stroke penalty for improving the lie of his ball. Now, as a very, very amateur golfer, I know what it means to improve the lie of your golf ball. I've done it several times. I don't care. I'm not out there to compete. But I understand in the nature of the rule, you are not supposed to do anything that improves where your ball position is.
Intentionally or unintentionally.
Intentionally or unintentionally. Now, the video that I saw, it did not appear that he improved the lie of his golf ball. If anything, I think what people were talking about was that he maybe cleared a little bit of a path of his swing path. I am not well versed enough in the rule, I think 18A, to say what is and isn't a penalty. But if I got a tree right behind me and I could just move this fucking branch, Joe Schmo is moving the branch. And I don't think he had any intent on trying to improve his lie from what I saw. Now, maybe Bryson is well-versed in cheating and knew what he was trying to do and made it look very convincing. But I did not think that he was trying to gain an advantage. I thought he was trying to step around so he did not improve the lie of his ball rather than anything else. I want your take on this.
Yeah, so I pulled it up here because apparently we are going to just be fact checked on everything here. This is an entertainment show, ladies and gentlemen. Bryson DeChambeau has assessed a 2-stroke penalty at the Open Championship for violating Rule 8.1 Alpha, which prohibits players from moving, bending, or breaking growing or attached natural objects to improve the area of their intended swing. The penalty applies even if the improvement is accidental. Again, I watched the video. Initially, I was like, it's almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. In order to get behind the ball and assess the shot without taking like a huge roundabout way to it, you're probably going to be interfering with some of that grass or natural elements around it, which was definitely high enough that his swing will or would or maybe even did get affected by it. I'm not so sure. Who knows if it was intentional or not? I would like to think that most professional golfers understand that every movement that they make is on camera while they're at these events. They are also very well versed in the rules and wouldn't intentionally try to break these rules. You'd have to be like very, very good at faking it. I don't know, in my opinion, but it's very possible that he could have thought, hey, this is something I could get away with, or he didn't think about it as being an issue at all. Who knows? Either way, I don't know that, like initially I agreed with it. Like I didn't, I was like, this is just kind of seems ticky tacky. At the end of the day, the whole, whether you intend to or not, whether it's accidental or intentional, you could see where his swing path was affected by where he was stepping. It did lay some of the grass down probably. I understand his frustration. You would hope that, again, also professional golf, there's rules officials everywhere, and a ball goes OB or anything like that. Like the rules officials are there so that way they can help guide and assess and make sure that players don't break rules and that they can ask questions. You would think that in the moment they would have been like, hey, watch where you're stepping. This is going to be a problem, XYZ. And for it to kind of happen after the match I think that's where maybe I took a little bit more offense with it. At the end of the day, it is what it is. It was an opportunity for Bryson to possibly use that as a driving force to propel himself a little bit more. It did not work out that way. Obviously, he did not win the Open Championship. He did finish tied for 14th, had himself a good weekend, earned himself a good amount of money, but obviously wasn't in the same position that he was before. Bryson is a fun player to watch. When he's hot, he's hot. When he's not, and he hasn't been hot recently. And he's an easy kind of like bro golfer to root to get behind. Same way as Scottie Scheffler. Like, man, if you could get a pair of like the handcuffs that he was arrested in, that would be amazing.
I want to see those two paired together at the Waste Management Open.
Yeah,
because that's fucking all-time bro down happening. If those two guys are together at the Waste Management.
I liked Scottie Scheffler actually had a comment on the whole situation, and he was like, Bryson is a lot of things. A cheater, I don't think he's one of those. So like, it doesn't sound like they're necessarily like hardcore buddies or anything like that. I mean, they're competitors against each other, but also, for Scottie to come on and be like, I mean, like, I don't think it was intentional. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it was interesting. Obviously, it kind of shook the golf world a little bit, because that's kind of what shakes the golf world these days, unless it is Scheffler getting arrested or Tiger Woods barrel rolling his expensive SUV through ditches and things like that.
Oh, man. Yeah, listen, golf is going to need something exciting. I don't know where it's going to come from. Rory completing the career Grand Slam was a great moment, but they need a guy to kind of step up and step forward. We've always been waiting for that guy to come to fruition since Tiger. We thought Rory was going to be the one and just took this massive ascension. And there have been guys that have had moments here and there, the Jordan Spieths of the world, right? Get hot for a tournament and they're the new hot golfer for a month and a half, and then reality hits and
Jordan Spieth's hairline walks itself back, and all of a sudden he's mid.
Yeah, and they're just.
And I say that as a Jordan Spieth fan and a guy with no hair.
But they need that central figure. Like, every league needs a face of the league. That's not a topic that we have on tonight's show, but we might talk about a little face of the league conversation, because I know there's been a lot of conversation about that as it relates to the WNBA. But listen, the Open Championship ends, and a guy that I had never even really heard of sitting at the top, Ryan Fox, guy from New Zealand, has a phenomenal tournament, kind of just maintains great throughout. -10. Do you know who Ryan Fox is before this tournament? Because I don't.
I personally don't. Like, I know who Cam Young is, who got second. Obviously Scheffler in fourth, and Fleetwood tied for fourth as well. But he's not someone that I'm super familiar with. But that's kind of the beauty of golf, is that yes, you do have your elite guys, and they typically are always going to be at the top. It is fun to kind of look down the board and see some of those elite guys who don't even like make the cut on some weekends. And that just goes to show you that it's like, if you're on, you can win the whole damn thing. It's not like one of your more traditional team sports where like the entire season truly matters. It is every weekend you have your opportunity to go out there and earn yourself quite a bit of money and win the whole damn thing. And so that part of golf is really cool. It is so humbling. And those of us that play or have been playing, like, I feel like we've said this before, and this is a pretty common trope, but like, you can have 120 bad strokes in a match, but that one good flush, it brings you back, and you're like, I got this. If I can just string a couple of those together, unstoppable. And that's how it is for these guys. Like, it is a hardcore mental game. It is a extreme precision game. So it's that anyone can go out there on a weekend and win the whole damn thing. That's what's fun about it to me.
Yeah, and when you talk about the Open, those link style courses, they play very different. Now, I have never played on a link style course, but I have listened to enough of these tournaments to understand a little bit of the nuances. The fucking grass. If you miss over in England, you're fucked. You have got no shot. The fairways are narrow. You just got to hit stingers, essentially. Keep that bitch low, keep it in the fairway, and let it roll because the ground is hard as shit, too.
You know Arizona golf out here.
Yeah.
I don't care if the grass is fairway grass or it is knee-high grass. If I'm in the grass, I'm kind of happy because playing out of the desert fucking sucks. Yeah. And us amateurs, we like to find us some desert terrain to go out there with the 7-iron and put a nice big old chip in it from beating it off a rock and sculling that ball 15 feet ahead of you. So give me grass any day of the week, even if it's tall.
Listen, grass, I feel good about. I don't miss the sand, but I got to tell you, skull fucking one into the woods and then trying to make sure I don't get attacked by a goddamn black bear. Not fun either, because I'm not good at golf and I'm going to piss my drives all over. And there's a lot of trees in Ohio, a lot of trees.